Cleopas Munyepao, founder of Will of Steel Productions. He began his career as a producer of the Unrestricted Breakfast Show hosted by DJ Fresh and Tato on YFM. In fact, no. His career started as a guitarist for Pastor Benjamin Dube when he was but a child.
What?
But we shall talk about that.
Yeah. What? A prodigy.
He had this massive bass. He's skinny and a big head. He looked like a crucifix. Because
What? Can we go back to the part where you are calling out Cleo on a big head, though?
No, but that's why I can, confidently, because pots and kettles have good relationships.
Exactly.
That's why myself, Cleo, and Angie, we are kind of cool.
Yeah,
We're kind of cool.
Yeah, sometimes very, but yeah, kind of cool.
In fact, you can leave the room right now, because you are the sore thumb.
I'm the black sheep here.
Cleo found himself enjoying producing for radio and soon started exploring producing music for himself and others. The first musician he produced was Pitch Black Afro and went on to do work with many other greats of that era. He later worked on the soundtrack for the Oscar-winning film Tsotsi. He's also had a recurring role as a freelance producer who works for Zondi Entertainment Enterprises in the ETV soapy Rhythm City. He's also known for appearing in the travel docuseries South African Motorbikes to unearth interesting stories, political, historical, criminal, ideological, all seen through the eyes of local people. Born and raised on the East Rand in Foslo, he now resides in Jersey. He knows how to play the bass guitar. Later in his life, he pursued his passion for soccer and pursued a career as a professional soccer player. He's the founder of DCF Sports, providing talent management, sports consulting, and financial management for young aspirant soccer players. Ladies and gentlemen, the elephant in the room.
Literally.
Cleopas Munyepao is in the building.
Tobela.
What's up, dog?
Legay.
Rona le guy.
Rona, we see Papa Kiko. Papa.
He's also an elephant. That is so dope.
That's our clan, but his name is also Ko.
That is so dope.
So I'll just refer to you as Papa. Thank you.
No, it's fair. It's supposed to be because my brother is named after my grandfather.
Yes.
So we refer to him as Mkhalabi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go back to day one, Cleo. Born and raised, exactly where? Do you remember the hospital you were born at?
Yeah, Natal Spruit Hospital, go Katlehong, Tokoza, which is, well, it's moved now. It's moved to Foslores, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does Mama say what kind of pregnancy you were? Like, were you a problematic pregnancy? Were you an easy birth?
Rona, Mandaki, we never used to discuss those things. We discuss them now, but back then, you were just born.
No, but a black mother will always say, I pushed for 10 hours.
That story would then be told through your name.
Yes.
That's why you find people named Matlakala and so on.
Or took his time to arrive.
Yeah.
So then why go? Is that also, because I know Ronarnali go throughout as far as we can go. Is it the same for you, or was it you had some elephant vibes when you were born?
No, in our culture, Hamuna Lobala Musadi, then Babo Munna but tear the first child, and they after whoever, So during the Lobola negotiations, even though I wasn't there, but I was given the name Oroke. I'll be named after my father's older brother. Yeah.
So if there's a son, that's who he shall be.
The first child
is
named after the father. Actually the male, and then the second child will be named after whoever on the wife's side,
even if it's a girl.
Yes, whoever.
so
remember, Cleopas can be Cleopatra.
Yes.
Cleo can be Matlo.
Yes.
I see what you mean.
And that's how my sister-in-law got her clan name as Michael. So same. But was Uncle then the one you named after?
Yes.
Is he also musical?
I don't know him. He passed on before I was even born.
Oh, okay.
No one in my family is musical, actually. I think the closest to a celebrity.
The closest.
The closest to a famous person would be a newsreader on Tobel FM, Esther Majing Moloto, my aunt.
Yeah.
This is so weird because my uncle worked there. Lady Joe Mabuja.
You guys were meant to be together.
Don't take it that far.
We're going home.
Don't take it that far.
Some of your fondest childhood memories. Take us there. In fact, we're going to go to news and come back, but just give it a thought.
Cool.
Childhood memories, the time you almost went to prison, or did you go to prison?
I did.
All of those.
Yeah.
Share all of those with us.
Cool.
Yes, Cleo was almost the kid that doesn't survive or make it to 18 years old. Believe it or not. DJ Cleo with Zoe, The Blessing on Metro FM. Taking you back to what, 2001, 2002?
2002.
Yo!
What was that accent you just did?
You don't understand. I don't understand
I don't
myself.
know if you're British or a Nigerian in London.
I'm both. We're hanging out with DJ Cleo on Metro FM. It is Famous Fresh Fridays. This features RJ Benjamin.
Yeah.
You were still both students at Allenby.
We just finished, so I think we were 2 years after tertiary. So yeah, man. When I did my sound engineering practicals, I did them on his music practicals because he was doing vocals and music.
Yes.
Yeah. So we go back, way back.
Why did you do a song called Zoe?
This one is named after my first child, my daughter, Zodwa. And I don't know, you hear people name songs after people, so I'm still impressionable. I'm a 22-year-old.
I can't afford maintenance. Let me name a song.
Wow.
Because I'm earning no money at this stage.
So,
but I've done a song.
I've done my bit.
Some Dr. Malinga, but I've done a song.
What do you judge?
You were a problem child.
Sort of.
Tell us about that childhood of yours.
Yeah, man. I was a problem child in school, and I find that now my son is almost similar, but I understand how to deal with it because he's exact replica of me. It was mere attention seeking, you know, and yeah, I'm getting it all now. So sharp, you know.
Is the attention seeker in you the creative? Because I find with a lot of highly creative people, there were kids that were very, very, like what you say, attention seeker, but you also would have an introvert side where you actually like to be alone.
I'm extremely introverted. Extreme. Like I don't have friends. I don't go out. Like, yeah, no. Fresh can tell you. I mean, how many times have I said Kiazwagala and I don't show up?
Yeah, he's that guy.
You're a flake.
I don't go out. Like, yeah. So anyway, growing up, I was very, like, the teacher would write something on the board. As soon as they leave now, we'd change it and put something else. And then everyone else jots down the wrong information. I would fart in class. I would take your calculator, put it on his desk, watch you guys fight and laugh. You know, so... yeah, man. So everyone I went to school with knows that, hey, utlopas bega super, you know. So, and I got expelled from 3 different schools. Something I'm proud of in a not so proud of way.
Why?
Proud of because it shaped me. It's part of my history. It's part of who I am today. Not proud of it because my mother has always been in the education department and I was an embarrassment to her, you know, and ranking high up there, but, you know, but
yeah,
you know, so no matter what she does good at work,
but you also dabbled in a bit of crime as a youngster, though.
Yeah, you know, gangster rap, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Tupac, you name it. And though, you know, so... you know, we did the wrong things just for street cred.
Sure.
You know, I had a gun.
Yeah.
I had
At
bullets.
what age?
15, 16, 17.
From where?
From gangster rap, you know, and from the hood, you know. I never used it, but it was there. You know, and I'd always carry 1 or 2 bullets in my bag just to show my friends.
So that they know.
Or fresh, I can try fresh. One mistake. You know?
Can I ask you something though about that culture of growing up where that's a normality?
Yeah.
Did it desensitize you to what? Because you say oligwala, but did it make you desensitized to the real things that were happening? Because there were kids your age that were actually doing stuff.
Oh, no. You know, things would happen and then they would scare me and then I'd steer away from that life and then come back to it and then steer away. So I'd never commit robberies and whatnot. You know, it was just
for show.
For show. But I then broke into my school library in 1997, and I stole a hi-fi CD player and speakers. Cut a long story short, got arrested on the 7th of September, and I spent 8 days, 3 days in Brakpan police station and 5 days in Boksburg prison as an awaiting trial prisoner.
Did you at least take a book also to keep you company? How?
You should have written a book in that time.
So, no, I was scared.
How did the days being locked up change you for the better?
The first time I went to court, and then court remanded to 5 days later. So they're moving us now from Brakpan prison to Boksburg prison. The truck, I was behind that truck that ferries prisoners, and it drove past my school. And in the morning, like 8:30ish, 9, and I saw all the people I used to catch a train with. All the people I caught a train with the day before.
Yeah.
Even those guys that smoked weed, koskolong, that looked like they didn't have a future.
But they are out there.
That day they had a future and I didn't.
Wow.
And my life changed in that week because come back for my next court appearance, my mother had somehow convinced the principal to drop the charges. And I went home full of lice anywhere where there's hair on my body.
Oh my
God. Everywhere. And
you're making me so itchy.
Got home and my father said, take off all your clothes. And I got into the house butt naked, bath, cut my dreadlocks, and that was my life changed. Every time up until then, I was an average student, 50, 55, 60 if I've done well. And going into matric now, I became a A student, Overnight. Just from that experience, my life changed. I mean, matric year, I passed with an exemption, 1 distinction, and I was number 2 overall the whole year. I got an honors badge for the first time in my life. Before, I was just getting certificates for full attendance.
Yes.
You participated.
and maybe for handwriting.
and music.
But now, what is the thing that happened? That was like, I'm done. Because
getting arrested. Oh, okay.
So there's a moment, a realization. What was the moment?
The drive from court to Boksburg prison, where I saw all the guys, my gangster friends, who seemingly now had a future that day, and I didn't. And they didn't know I'm in the truck. And then
you were hiding behind something.
Yeah, and then when we got to Boksburg prison, in our cell, there was a guy that was kicked to death as a penalty for having done what I did, but they didn't see me. On a day where we were cleaning, and I stood on the toilet seat to adjust the shower head because I knew I'm going to court tomorrow. So I washed after 7 days only. So he did the same thing and they saw him, but he did that on a toilet seat that had just been cleaned by a senior. So they trialed him that night and then they kicked him in full view of all of us.
So when you say trialed, you mean the prisoners, your own little justice system?
In there, the seniors in the cell. We're in a cell of about 60 people. Yo. The seniors trialed him and then they kicked him
So
to
that
death.
Could have been you because you'd done it previously.
Yeah. In fact, he kept saying, nah, yeah. And they said, but we didn't see him.
Trying to throw you under a bus.
Yeah.
And you were literally like, no, dog,
and I'm still wearing the same grey pants I wore 7 days ago when I left home to go to school, not knowing where I'd be arrested.
Wow. Yeah. We're hanging out with DJ Cleo. This is Famous Fresh Fridays on Metro FM. 6 minutes after 6, this is Fresh Breakfast on Metro FM. A happy Friday to you. On this Famous Fresh Fridays, we're hanging out with, celebrating, and listening to his brilliant storytelling. DJ Cleo is in the building. If ever I've known a storyteller, it's this man. This man is a storyteller and a half.
Absolutely.
When are you having like 100 grandchildren?
I must first make my 10 kids that I want to make.
How far are you?
6 to go.
Oh, no, you're not too bad.
Not too bad.
I taught you well.
6 to go.
Let's see who'll get to 10 first.
Wait.
Anyway, today is Friday, the 31st of May, 2019. 7 days until the 2019 FIFA Women's World Cup, 8 days until Banyana's first match against Spain, and 9 days until the Comrades Marathon is run. Today is World No Tobacco Day. It's observed around the world every year on the 31st of May. It's intended to encourage a 24-hour period of abstinence from all forms of tobacco consumption around the globe. The day is further intended to draw attention to the widespread prevalence of tobacco use and to negative health effects, which currently lead to more than 7 million deaths each year on the planet. Including 890,000 of which are the result of non-smokers being exposed to second-hand smoke.
Hey.
So 24 hours without kwai.
Yes, pretty much.
Why did you say it like that? Why did you say no, stop right there. Why did you say it like
24 hours without kwai.
The way you said Relebogile, Papa, you literally sounded like my dad.
Okay, I'll leave it there.
Our Fresh Kids quiz question this morning. If you have a toddler, please ask them the question, what do you think about smoking? Let's ask the toddlers, what do you think about smoking?
Yes.
Taking you back to Fresh House Flavor 5. This is DJ Cleo. Funk You Up. So many memories, jeez.
Yo.
This is DJ Cleo back in 2000 and what?
When was Fresh House Flavor 5?
I don't even remember myself. I think it was 2003-ish.
Three, yes.
So you made this on a Pentium 2 computer that you bought from junk mail.
Yeah.
I remember that pop machine of yours.
But it's the same machine that did Kukangamatolo,
Exactly.
Puff and Pass, Pitch Black Afro, and the first Bricks album, and half of my first album.
We're hanging out with DJ Cleo. This is Metro FM's Famous Fresh Fridays. You just listened to Funk You Up. It's taken off Fresh House Flavor 5. Your survey results are next.
All right, we have been speaking #Fresh Breakfast survey. And the question we asked is things that you buy but never use, what is at number 1?
And I went with my ab blaster. If you want my ab blaster, that in fact every ab machine that has been sold on TV,
You have it.
I have it. They're all in a room fighting amongst themselves,
He's
Never
got
been
it.
used.
and I still look pregnant.
So some of you have been saying the following. Cutlery. Another one says toothbrush. It must be that in South Africa. Black Jesus, your children's teeth.
Wow.
Really?
Another one says Tupperware. Another one says Twister Pro, ya very mug.
I ask this with all due respect,
Yes.
and especially to women. Why do you buy more Tupperware than you'll ever use, even at a wedding?
No, because you steal it from us. And you never return it.
Okay.
And Ratadi said that we need our sets
Jeez.
to be there. Like,
Okay.
my mom and I have had actual fights over this.
We've got
About
that
Tupperware.
Dude, when my set is incomplete, like, you do not walk into my house usatswara Tupperware enaling something kamogare. So, are you guys ready for the answer?
Yes,
Yes,
please.
please.
Let me go backwards. At number 10, travel accessories.
Okay.
Which makes sense because we don't travel often.
You know that neck thing that you sleep on?
Yebo.
You know that every time I travel, I buy it and I never use it. So
'Cause
I've got a whole series of those neck cushions
Wow.
that you're supposed to sleep with, but I've
Yes.
never used it.
I feel like your neck is a cushion enough for your head.
Wow.
What are you saying about his neck?
Where's the apple blaster when I need it? Maybe I should start using it on my neck.
Your neck.
At number 9, single-use appliances. That makes sense. Number 8, planners and journals.
Yeah.
Number 7,
Every year I get a planner and a journal and I never
Never
write in
used it.
Nope.
gym memberships.
Wow, yeah.
It's only number 7.
Yes.
Wow.
Number 6, cookbooks. Well, for me, I consider them kitchen decoration.
You
Yeah.
never use them.
I'm a freestyler.
Okay.
Our kitchen is full of those.
Why are you telling me 1 pinch of salt?
How? I'll decide how much salt I'm going to use.
Yes, exactly.
Dear Lester Chef, like how dare you judge us and how we cook? But your book looks nice in my kitchen. Thank you.
Thank you. Number 5, unnecessary baby care stuff. Number 4, expensive home exercise equipment.
Ab
Air
blaster.
blaster.
Thank you very much.
Number 3, filing cabinet, and we're not talking about our ministers.
Wow.
At number 2, extended warranties. And at number 1, online subscriptions.
You know what happened the other day? I was getting a series of emails saying billing problem from Apple.
Yes.
and I hadn't loaded credit to my iTunes account in like a month. And then I loaded credit. And then I'm like, what's going on?
So much money went.
There's about 11 apps that I've subscribed to that are totally
And
forgotten.
you were judging me for having a lot of apps on my
I've
phone.
got apps that I've subscribed to that I'm not using. Like, why am I paying this every month? So yeah, you are right.
White people problems.
No, but I came here, bro, a boot. So Alok left the land, hey. Alok left the land, hey. We're hanging out with DJ Cleo. It's Famous Fresh Fridays, and we are getting up close and personal and getting to appreciate the man. So you finished primary school where?
St. Francis College, Kopinoni.
High school?
School. The school is now defunct, ITC, in Boksburg.
Why did you go to Allenby campus for
sound engineering?
For sound engineering, yes. What was the plan at that stage?
I'm a go-getter. So one day the school has organized for us to go to Nasrec. There's an education expo. What? We get there. There's all these institutions that are displaying the stuff. But leading to that, I was going through the brochures, Vets Tech, which is now UJ, and all the other Joburg universities.
Yes.
Trying to find courses that don't have maths. Because my maths was pathetic and my maths teacher didn't like me. So I went from higher grade to standard grade to dropping it for woodwork. Because Mrs. Willemse didn't like me.
Did you at least pass woodwork?
Chief, behave, Chief. Please.
That's a no.
No.
Carry on.
Yeah, so I found Allenby campus and there it was. I mean, I started music when I was 10, so I'm 17, and here's an institution that can help me pursue this thing that I've always wanted to do. And I applied myself, got accepted by May. Already I had my student number, so I couldn't afford to fail matric.
Yes. A lot of people don't know that you used to play bass in Pastor Benjamin Dube's band.
Even he doesn't know.
How?
Hey, that hurt me.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Nah, I bumped into him. He doesn't remember me. I'm like, this man.
You were just many more there.
I'm like, this man needs God.
He's Judas. He denied you 3 times.
Oh my God! Wait! I just need to understand.
Look, it
so
happens.
wait, you bumped into him. Did you maybe have a different name and you like no Chenchile by the time you saw him?
No, look, I was 13 at the time, and it happens when you're a musician. You get many session musicians coming in and out of. Especially if you've had a career as long as his,
Yeah.
You know, even though we only remember Holy Spirit, you know, but so he didn't remember me, and I was like, yo, Grootman, ish.
So how did you get that gig at the age of 13?
One of my mother's students, when she was at the time a lecturer, was a backing vocalist for him, so. They needed a bassist for some the open air concerts, or I don't know now, you know. So my first gig with him was the same day I met him, the same day I joined the band. We were already performing, got David on, and they call us out onto stage, and I'm still changing into my white pants. Under penny red, and I ran onto stage with the zip undone.
With your red underpants.
And then they introduced me, so I'm seeing these girls smile more in the front,
looking at your EFF showing the.
You know what I mean? And I'm thinking,
your little freedom fighter was making an appearance.
Yes.
No.
Fist in the air.
No. I had my Thomas Mlambo vibes. Even that far back.
But now, oh my goodness! But now, who had taught you to
bass?
play like at such a young age? Were you self-taught?
In fact, can we hold that question and then we'll come back to it? Who taught Cleo how to play bass such that he and his red underwear are playing bass for Pastor Benjamin Dube wearing white pants? Who dressed you? 25 minutes after 6, Fresh Breakfast on Metro FM. Time for socials with Sol Penduka.
DJ Cleo. Oh, Papa.
I'm stretching. I didn't want to oversleep and miss the interview. And I've always been thinking, why don't I get invited for this specific slot?
What kind of people are invited to this slot?
You know what I mean?
You are the kind of people, and I'm so curious about your musical background. I mean, people would dream of having their first gig at 13.
Yeah.
You were on the bass. Who taught you to play the bass? How did you learn?
Self-taught.
Self-taught.
Yeah.
So nona let's say.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Because now Khanate.
But no. Kisana litsebe, but at some point nikisnate.
But then why the bass?
This is how yeah, good question. Why the bass?
Yeah.
My mother okadime katara from one of our pastors, and it had one string only, the top string.
Really?
A guitar, not a bass guitar, a guitar. So I learned to play guitar guitar on that guitar. On the one string.
That is so dope.
Which then obviously gravitates towards bass because it was the top string which was thicker.
Yes.
And then eventually I got an acoustic guitar with all 6 strings, but I couldn't play any of them. I could only play the top one.
Yeah.
And then on the 2nd of April, it was a Thursday in 1992, you can check. I came back home and there was a bass guitar, an electric bass and a bass amp.
Nice.
And then Benjamin Dube was 93.
Wow. And I think it must have forced you, though, to be creative. Because you're sitting with one string, you're restricted in terms of the octaves you're playing in and the notes that you have.
Yes.
So you actually got the better end of the deal than those that had everything.
Also, I formed a band around then, and then the first guy that joined the band, my friend Titos, he could only play bass. So I moved to drums. And then the next guy that joined could only play drums, so I moved to keys. The next guy could only play keys, I moved to guitar. That's how I learned all these instruments.
Wow.
And then eventually the bassist left.
And you went back to
back to bass. Yeah.
Would
Back
you,
home.
Would you consider yourself a prodigy?
What does that mean?
Prodigy king kasepe.
Sorry, what was the question again?
You know what? I could confidently say Cleo is a genius, and he's been a genius from an early age.
Yeah.
Because you don't have the work ethic and the ear and the talent that he has out of the blue.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen. And you're self-taught.
But there's stuff that you were born with, though, because for you to even gravitate to where you were gravitating, you must have had something within you.
Before 10, you can learn anything, man. It's all about exposure. Before 10, you can learn anything. I think sometimes we base it on, I was born with it. Nah, you're exposed to it.
No, some people, though, cannot sing.
Yes.
At all.
Yes,
ever.
but you can learn. At that age, we learn language best at that age. You know, I was exposed to music, go kerekeng. You know, go high, we went to the Kereke Modise, IPC. And that's where I was exposed to guitars, and that's where I would practice. And eventually I made the band, the main church, you know. So, yeah, that's how I was sharpened.
Let's fast forward to your obsession, your love for DJing, the time where...
Okay, sharp, let me tell you.
Yeah.
because
I know too much.
Yeah, because you are a big part of the story. Now, I've known you, I've been exposed to DJ Fresh since 97, YFM and Studio Mix days. And I'm a big fan of DJ Fresh. I hear a lot of your guests when they're on this show saying, Fresh, my idol, what. No. They are fans. I was a stan. Fresh was all over my wall.
I was on his wall.
Fresh was all over my walls, him and TKZ. And so, 97 years, then I meet him for the first time in 98 at a bash in Joburg. But I was that guy.
And Cleo looked like he might just stab me and take my phone. Let me just put it out there.
No, guys, but let's be honest. Our phones are still very close to us this morning.
No. So, yeah. You know, and sorry, man. You see now, ADD Ampula. What was the question?
No, the question was your guys' journey. So when you met in 98 at this bash.
Yes. Oh, DJing. Yes. Yeah. So obviously then I still am a big DJ Fresh fan, and I fell in love with house music thanks to him, and I was exposed to house music thanks to both Fresh House Flavor 1, 2, 3 and so on. So yeah, man, you know, I started DJing Kaba 97, Kadi cassette, you know, and then I left home beginning of 99 to study sound engineering and seek fame and fortune. you know, and so he had a slot on YFM where DJs could go and mix, and I went there to compete on that slot in 99, got December on a Tuesday. And then I went through to the finals on Friday against DJ Sbu. That's when I met DJ Sbu in 1999 December. You know, so
who won that Friday?
Sbu talked the listeners into voting for him.
It's all in the details. It's all in the details.
There was some sure bafethu niyazi itona sekasi kaslamakasi thembisa.
And they voted.
Can I ask about how being able to play multiple instruments helped you be a better DJ?
Oh yeah, by far. In fact, I'm a musician before anything else, you know. So because I can play all these instruments, I understand where a drum roll needs to happen. I understand what are toms for. I understand what are cymbals for. I understand licks, guitar licks. I understand bass licks. I understand solos. I understand that when the singer goes into a verse, that disciplinary band where you dumb it down a bit so they can be audible. I understand backing vocalists because I was also in a choir.
In other words, you should have an orchestra.
You are an orchestra.
Grena should be the fourth judge on Idols.
Oh, is this the official petition?
No. I told them last year. That's how I got onto Idols last year.
Why did you ignore the inboxes where other people wanted you on other shows?
No, I can write Instagram, put you go requests. Yeah.
Mara, why solo? 6:51, we're hanging out with DJ Cleo. Famous Fresh Fridays. Famous Fresh Fridays, hanging out with and celebrating the talent, the genius that is DJ Cleo. Featuring Bra Nana Coyote. Says, go on, living your life. Yeah. Have a bass line.
Hi, man.
Have a alto.
Yo, that bass line. What happened when you were recording the song?
So I had the honor of re-recording.
DJ Cleo hanging out with Ntate Nana Coyote. May his soul rest in peace.
Yeah.
This is Go On, Living Your Life. The DJ Cleo reinterpretation. Famous Fresh Fridays on Metro. We're hanging out with Cleo. Yes, like Lebo was saying.
Yeah. So I did the bootleg in 2000.
You gave me the bootleg at Club Calabash on a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
I was there with Glenn Lewis and Oskido. You're like, Grootman.
And you used to play it every Sunday.
I played it to death. Yo.
And then on my first album in 2004, I had access to Stimela and I got them all in a room. And they agreed for me to remix the song. And I got Ntate Nana Coyote to come and re-record the vocals. So we're in studio, we've agreed on a fee. I've paid him his fee. So now we're in studio, we record. When we finish, you know when the Grootman says, so I'm like, okay, what have
I done?
Does he not like the mix? He's like, Sheba mona na he. Ha ke re dumelane ka tšhelete ena. Wa mpatala.
Yeah.
Sharp. Jwale bona he. Hona tjena ke otlile soprano ka ibeka. Ka otla alto ka ibeka. Ka bitsa le tenor ka ibeka. So tla tlema go mfe tšhelete ya batho ba bangata.
So he wants you to pay for each voice.
Yes.
Wow.
How do you say no?
No, that makes sense though.
Yeah, but this
it makes sense.
Yes,
pay.
But this is a legend. And you know, I want the remix to come out. You know, how do you say no?
So you didn't say no?
I couldn't.
We're hanging out with DJ Cleo. We're celebrating DJ Cleo. This is Famous Fresh Fridays on Metro FM. For our Fresh Kids quiz, we asked the kids, what do you think of smoking?
Dando, is smoking good or bad?
Bad, because it can damage your lungs.
How?
So it could your lungs could get dark and then you can't breathe. And I saw a picture of that at the doctor's room.
Good morning, Buntle. What do you think about smoking?
Smoking is very bad because what if it gets in your lungs and it will make your lungs very bad and you won't be able to breathe? I think about smoking if the smoke comes out, I sneeze. Smoking makes you drunk.
Tell me, what do you think about smoking?
Smoking is very bad. It's bad for your, ribs and,
Your ribs?
And your body, yes.
And your body?
Yes.
Would you ever smoke?
Not in my life.
Is there anyone that smokes at home?
No. My name is Josie. What I think about smoking, I think it's bad for you and people could die. Uncle Fresh, my name is Waruna, and I think smoke is very, very bad. You ban someone. I think smoking is bad. Really bad.
Really bad?
Yeah.
Why is it bad?
Because it might burn the house.
Hey, what is smoking?
Smoking is something that is not good at girls. And smoking, you don't have to smoke because smoke is a drugs.
Drugs.
Exactly.
Nah.
Today's World No Tobacco Day. Listen to the kids. That was the Fresh Kids quiz on what do you think of smoking. It's time for the news at 7. Brought to you by Nedbank. Metro FM celebrating DJ Cleo on Famous Fresh Fridays. We have a tweet sent in by Victor. Sounds like Cleo can pretty much do anything. Maybe he can help us at Kaizer Chiefs. Can you? Well, you're a pirate. In fact, we don't want you. We don't. In fact, keep your advice. Thank you. You're an Ampruina.
I gave them Bruce Vuma.
Oh yeah, you're also a player manager.
Yeah.
So were you sabotaging us when you gave us Bruce?
No, but he's doing well.
Awesome. Let me send him there. In fact, we're going to talk about all of that because you manage soccer talent, you've got merchandise in soccer, and you've got other moves that you're going to tell us about.
Yep.
DJ Cleo is in the building. He was a skellum of a child. Question is he smarter than a primary school kid? Not now, Ntando, thank you. We're hanging out with DJ Cleo. It's Famous Fresh Fridays on Metro FM. You're a parent, Cleo.
Yeah, boy.
What kind of parent are you? Are you strict?
Very strict, just like my parents. But very strict.
Minus the beatings.
Minus the beatings, yes. In the modern way, try and understand psyche abana.
Sure.
Especially with my son being exact replica of me. So I know how to deal with him.
In fact, I remember there were times I would be impatient with my son until I started seeing that this is me at his very age.
Yeah.
So I need to actually readjust my attitude and actually cut him some slack.
Yeah.
Because I was 10 and taking the car.
Yeah.
He's 16 and is not taking the car. So I'm winning.
Yeah.
So why am I being impatient with this poor child?
Yeah. You know, we just have different problems nowadays, smartphones and so on. So I'm constantly changing my Wi-Fi password at home.
At what age do you believe kids should have smartphones?
For me, it was 15.
Yeah.
He turned 15 this past December, and I bought him a smartphone, and I regretted it a month later.
When what happened?
No, he's just consumed. And then one time we're driving in the, okay, I didn't know you can download videos of YouTube and watch them offline.
Yes.
Because I'll sit at home and watch it online. So one day we're driving in the car, he's watching videos. I'm like, hey, Baba, what are you watching? He says, no, some YouTube stuff. I'm like, but how? Because you don't have data. He says, no, Daddy, I downloaded it. So already I was like, oh, okay, so this one at night, he could download the wrong things, you see. So I've had to limit the access.
What conversations are you having with your boy?
Pickup lines.
What, that they don't work?
You know, we're having those conversations already. You know, we're talking girls and everything that my parents never spoke to me about at 15. Everything that my parents never spoke to me about ever. You know, so yeah, everything, man, everything.
The big question is, did his parents teach him to be smarter than a primary school kid? We're about to find out.
Fresh Angie and myself are excited on a Friday because we don't have to play. But are you smarter? DJ Cleo is on the line today. Mpo, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
I'm good. How old are you?
I'm 12 years old.
12 years old. Are you ready to take on DJ Cleo?
Yes, I am.
All right. He's scared. I'm just giving you a heads up. What's the first question?
My first question is, what is the atomic number for oxygen?
What is the?
Atomic number.
Atomic number for oxygen.
Oxygen is O2.
Is that,
No.
But what's the atomic number?
What's the atomic number?
The atomic number is 8.
And so does that mean the one that sits on the periodic table? Where does it sit? Or what do you mean by?
I mean where the number is not what combined with oxygen makes water.
I got you. All
Paul,
right.
we got you, man. I knew this. So.
Sure you
What
did.
is number 2? Question number 2.
I have 20 fishes. 10 drowned. How many do I have left?
I have 20
Fishes. 10 drown. How many are left?
fishes is improper. There's no such thing as fishes.
Yeah, but that's not the question.
Yeah, but you can't have 20 fishes.
It's 20 fish. Okay, so I have 20 fish and 10 drown. How many are left?
Fish can't drown. They live in water.
What's the answer?
So
he's right.
Oh, there we go. You got it. All right. What's your last question?
But before you ask, just bear in mind, I have standard 10, not grade 12. There's a big difference.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
In Lego Movie 2, who is Rex?
Lego Movie 2, who is Rex?
You must know this one, Cleo.
Cleo,
you have
Cleo,
children.
you must know.
Yeah,
who is Rex?
Yeah, but I allow them to watch by themselves.
Rex ke mang?
Ke mang Rex?
Ke ntja collocation.
Ke Brian Sport.
Yeah.
Le danger.
Le Bobby.
What's the answer, Mpo?
The answer is Rex is Emmett's future self.
Aha. You see, we learn every day.
Ah,
so did
close
Cleo,
call, 2-1.
Did Cleo lose?
Mpo is very, very deep.
Did Cleo lose?
Yes.
Yeah, Cleo lost. But
Oh,
Mpo is
man.
deep also.
Yeah, but I got a consolation goal.
Hey, yeah, those don't count.
Yeah, but I'm a parrot, at least get consolation goals. You know.
Yeah, you're a typical parrot.
Yeah.
Almost one.
Yeah, you know, almost.
All right, Mpo, who do you want to say hi to?
I want to say hi to my grandmother, my aunt, and all of my subscribers.
Oh, you got subscribed. Where do we subscribe?
Where do we find you?
At YouTube, Z Power Productions.
What do you do then? What happens at Z Power Productions?
I make gaming videos.
Wow.
Interesting.
So, Vele, you were a problem for us from the onset. We knew we were going to lose.
Mpo, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We adore you. Absolutely
Thank
adore
you.
Thank you, Mpo. It's 19 minutes after 7. We have the Budget Bill Blaster coming up next. If you know that you're registered at metrofm.co.za, we could be calling you next to blast your bill with budget insurance. Donald, Hungry Donald, Know You Better. Another DJ Cleo production. He's in the building for Famous Fresh Fridays. You were making music for and with Donald before we even knew Donald.
I worked with so many people before they popped. I worked with Lebo Sekhobela in 2011.
Yeah.
I worked with Winnie Kumalo. She's the one singing Nami Ngihamba Nawe.
Yes.
That's her and DJ Sindo.
Sure.
I worked with Musa Sukwene before he was even on Idols. Yo, I can go on, man. I worked with DJs. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, it's fine.
No talk.
No.
Yeah.
No, that one, no.
Yeah.
Okay, I work with DJ Spoo.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, let's leave it.
But you know we're going to come back to it.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
8:42, we're hanging out with DJ Cleo on Famous Fresh Fridays. So many questions, so many calls, so little time. One of the reasons I hate this job is because of that. Good morning, Brian. How you doing?
Hey, Fresh, how is it?
We're good. Cleo's in the building, my guy. What's on your mind?
Like, man, it's Brian Sami in Pretoria.
Yes.
I'm a hard fan of DJ Cleo, my guy. But I just want to quickly ask him one question. A lot has happened. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hello?
I can hear you.
Yes, sir. Mr. Cleo.
Yeah,
there's one thing that I want to ask, man. What keeps you so strong? Because I look at most of the people you worked with, Briggs, Peace, Black Afro are not around, Mandos and Brown Dash, and they were all part of Wheel of Steel. And there were a lot of controversies around, like tomorrow give the awards and Briggs one day, once said something good awards and you're not happy about it. But today you just put it back there and you are okay with it. What keeps you so strong and what motivates you?
I guess I was raised by grounded parents, and they made me understand authority, because we all succumb to someone, somewhere, somehow, and so stay in your lane, because there's rules that govern that lane, and then there's rules that govern Freshmo Metro, and so on and so forth and stuff like that. So know your place, also know where you want to go. Not even half successful, for me, the sky is not the limit. So there's so many other things that I still want to do and achieve. And there's so many greater things that I'm still going to do and shock people. So I know where I want to go, and I'm still far from reaching my goal. So you have to be grounded and focus on the end goal.
Mm-hmm.
And also be a positive role model to the next person, man. We touch so many lives without knowing, and it's nice to hear positive stories from people that you've never even met.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Brian. We appreciate your patience, man.
All right, we've got Juju on the line. Good morning, Juju.
Good morning, Njunju.
Okay, Njonjo.
Njunju.
Askisi.
Okay, anyway,
go ahead.
Hi, breakfast family. Hi, Cleo.
Hello, ma'am.
Unjani?
Ngiyaphila njani sisom?
Usamkhumbula?
Ngikhumbuze.
Unjunju wakuflava.
Oh yes. Kunjani?
Why are you saying so many yeses, my man?
Like Msawawa.
I'm trying to get hold of you. I sent you a messenger and then when I go to Instagram, abantu abaholdisa.
Yazi.
We are many girl.
Go Insta ngisho kunalento le bathi kunale site abathi ama requests yabona. So if I don't check there, then I don't know, because some DMs don't come direct.
Message though. But anyway, I wanted to shout out and say, hey man, well done, you're doing great, and thank you for DJ Fresh, for acknowledging you guys.
Thank you so much, man, and thanks
to
him.
Yeah. So please, Uncle Fresh, please
yes.
make sure Cleo answers my Facebook messenger, because Kimurumesi message.
So hlangana ku Facebook.
Girl, don't take his number. Aibo.
Take the DNA.
Wow.
Thank you, Njunju. You've had various relationships with various people. Some worked out, some didn't.
Yeah.
So we're going to go through the list.
Yeah.
You're going to tell us what went wrong, if anything went wrong.
Yeah.
TS Records. How are things right now with you and TS Records?
I made it clear long ago, I'll never ever work with them.
Why?
And money came between friends.
Just to be clear, who is TS Records, so that everybody knows? Is it specifically the label owners or certain producers under the label, or the label?
No, the label TS Records, T Kings and DJ Spoo. Yeah. So
how much is this money that came between you guys?
It wasn't much. It's just we were bros before the music, and I worked very hard for little money because I knew where I wanted to put us.
Your production built TS Records.
Yes. Kutkangamadolo, Ageko Gogo, Brown Dash, Puff and Pass, you name it.
Sure.
Kezeni, you name it.
Lanster, relationship there?
Very good. Yeah. Very good, yeah.
More often than not, you hear negativity when it comes to their name, Lanster.
Yeah.
How have you managed to have a clean relationship with them?
I've been independent from day one, you know, and to this day I'm still looking for a record deal.
Sure.
Wow. Yeah. There are people who are listening going, what? I will never get a deal if a whole DJ
I was denied record deals from day one till today, but it's fine. I'll survive. So yeah, Lance helped me in my independent state, So even when we fell out, I said to him, Grootman, you've done so much for me. I can never thank you enough. So I live in peace, and we will remain friends and talk forever. To this day, it hasn't changed.
Sure. Can I just ask, and I think it's so pertinent for the music industry. I mean, we're about to go into the summers from this coming weekend.
Yeah.
And you speak about the fact that you don't have a record deal, but you've gone to show that maybe you don't need a record deal. So why is being independent important, or do you still feel like that support is needed?
The support is needed. For me, the support was Lance. I will not lie. And in fact, I can't say Lance and not talk about the baby steps, which is DJ Fresh. He was there for me from day one. Before Lance came, there was DJ Fresh. So yes, let's get that one out of the way. And then Lance came. So yes, the support was there, and you need the support. It's very important.
And distribution is everything.
Distribution is everything. Independence is everything, but it could also be the end of you. You know, it could be the death of you.
Sure.
You know, but yeah, let me count. 19 years in the music industry, no record deal, 18 awards, 2 Metro FM awards, 2 Channel O awards,
20 cars,
13 summers, 5 times best-selling download for 5 years in a row.
You actually
4 children,
a million downloads in one calendar year for the song Facebook, my most commercial song, my most successful song commercially and otherwise.
You actually have held that record the longest, because year after year we always knew you were the digital download guy. Yeah. What was the formula to that? Especially when we walk into an awards where people find these awards contentious and we feel like, are they fair? Are they measuring properly?
For me, I wasn't about keeping it real or trying to impress the next DJ. This thing is a job for me. As I just want to make money, secure the bag, secure my kids' future. I don't care about anything else. And also, my career is older than social media, so yeah.
Hey, where Nana?
The day Sdunkero won, did you feel robbed?
Yeah, heavily.
Yeah.
Heavily.
I know. That's what I'm asking you.
You're so cold.
Because the letters were swapped.
Yeah.
Like, leading up to the last hour of the awards, I was letter C. And then suddenly, letter C wins. But no. In the last hour, he's now letter C and I'm not. I'm like, hey man, but who do you tell? You at the show, you in the show, sitting there amongst 5,000 people. So
there's nothing you could do about it.
What later?
Relationship with Pitch Black Afro?
We are grand.
What caused the fallout when you guys parted ways?
He was heavy into drugs and alcohol, and I don't drink, I don't smoke, so I always try and be a positive role model to them, but I mean there's only so much one can do.
Sure.
And plus he's older than me, so you know.
What are you gonna tell him?
You know. You know, so yeah.
He's the malume.
Yeah.
Relationship with Bricks, the fallout, or caused that fallout initially before you kissed and made up?
When he came to apologize to me, he made it very clear that Kotias Records bam jutil.
Sure.
You know, and that's why we are brothers, you know, till kingdom come.
In fact, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back and talk about that prison visit.
Yeah.
Because it broke the internet, and let's talk about it. It's 8:51. We're hanging out with DJ Cleo. Metro FM is where you're at. This is Famous Fresh Fridays. Metro FM is where you're at. It's a Cleo production. I like the way it says Cleo like it's a TL. Sure, Cleo. Metro FM is where you're at. It's Famous Fresh Fridays, hanging out with DJ Cleo, working with Mendoza.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
He liked to speak the English.
Yeah.
You know. Besia Chem.
Yeah, you're dumb.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, man, it was fun, man. Easiest guy to work with.
Yeah.
You know, had so much fun. And, you know, he was a big star at the time, and he came in and he just took instructions and we made the hits.
Sure.
Yeah.
Who didn't take instructions? Who was difficult to work with? Or who is difficult to work with?
Another easy one is Doc Shebeleza. He's
Sure.
a funny guy.
Sure.
Difficult. I had a tough time with Squatter Camp.
Yeah.
But there was also alcohol involved.
Wow.
But also you need 10 mics.
Yeah. You know. And then Bugalav.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Ikanda la kumshin.
Yeah.
Umzimba wa kumshin.
Studio time, umshin.
Yeah. You know, so yeah, man. But I find that now I struggle to even secure features. You know, it's like now I'm an artist. You know, so I know going back to unearthing new talent.
Sure.
Yeah.
In fact, you're also unearthing soccer talent. Let's
I'm
talk about
unearthing
that.
soccer talent. I'm unearthing everyone. In fact, I don't want to hog the mic, man. I'm with John here, who's doing my portrait.
John, there's a mic there for you.
There's a mic for you there, bro. This one is mine.
So who's John? What does he do? Why is he a part of the Cleo
John
statement?
Adams, we met in the gym. You know, he's the one guy that comes to the gym every day to train arms.
Yeah.
You know, and you can see them, you know, so.
Don't forget leg day, bro.
Come on now, baby.
Talk, Baba. Tell the people.
Yes, I met this crazy cat at the gym while he was doing push-ups and lifting pink weights, and we started chatting, and next thing you know, I'm invited onto this awesome show to paint his portrait.
So you're an artist. Where do people find you? Where do people see your work?
John J. Adams on Instagram, and John Adams obviously on Facebook and things, and yeah, that's what I do.
Great stuff, man. The portrait is amazing.
Thank you.
In fact, we'll post a picture of it.
Yeah, man.
The prison visit.
Yes.
What happened there?
We do a lot of work with prisons. Krugersdorp Prison invited us again.
Yeah.
To do soccer clinics with some ex-professionals. So yeah, but we went there, and this time Briggs was eligible to come out, for contact visits.
Okay, so for the previous time he wasn't.
Yes.
Okay.
When we went and played a match against prisoners.
So you were not there visiting Briggs?
No.
Okay.
That's why even City Press was there to cover the whole thing.
Sure.
But unfortunately it was blown out of proportion by people that like to make other people's stories theirs and add their flavor to them. Sometimes it's okay to just like a tweet or a post without personalizing it and making it yours, like there are now with this Naledi thing and the Brazilian video, blah, blah, blah. That's that.
If you were to redo that day and that social media post all over again, would you change it in any way? Has the backlash shone a different light on what maybe people are seeing that you didn't see?
Yeah, the backlash has shown me a lot, but I wouldn't change anything. After all, such is life. There's so much we do that we can't change. So I wouldn't change anything. I stand by my words. That tweet is still pinned on my profile. It's not deleted. Only people who are guilty of something delete or hide their deeds. The tweet is there. I wouldn't change anything. Briggs is a brother. I'm looking after his kids, and I continue to support him.
You also do soccer management.
Yeah.
It's not easy managing young talent.
It's not easy. I'm a player soup. The player they are tina. They are worse than artists. But since then I've changed things a bit. I've gone now into soccer ownership, soccer club boss. I've bought shares in an NFD team, which I don't want to disclose for fear of victimization.
My man, what team have you bought shares in?
I cannot.
Look, if Panyaza Lesufi can tell us his team.
Yeah,
with no embarrassment.
I mean,
no. He's Panyaza, but refs out there will target you. So yeah, it's best they don't know.
What else are you working on?
A soccer academy, and I'm bringing out a sneaker brand. It's in production now. And it's something that South Africans will relate to, especially in the name.
Sure.
The name alone, never mind the design and the colors.
South Star. Brian North Star.
Cousin. Yeah, and I'm working on new music as well. And I'm still the same old DJ Cleo, Same old.
Are you at peace?
I'm at peace, but I'm also not at peace because 20 years ago, I thought money would make me happy.
Yeah.
And 20 years later, I'm not as happy as I thought I would be.
So you miss your Toyota Conquest?
I still have it.
That you once passed out it, and then you had an accident, and then I had to come and rescue you.
Yeah, but you must not tell the people that.
Tell them.
He fell asleep,
them.
and then he jumped over an island and then parked next to an office.
I missed a Ferrari shop by 2 meters.
Yes, he almost parked inside Ferrari. And then he calls me, he's like, hey, man, I've just been in an accident. Come and get me. And he doesn't drink, he doesn't nothing. Water makes him high. Cleo,
working mates.
Where do we find you on social media, my guy?
DJ Cleo 1 on all socials. DJ Cleo 1. And the mix from yesterday. It's available on my website. Just go to DJ Cleo Zere. The first thing you see is the mix, downloadable for free.
2 questions. What do you fear is Boom Zege Zege?
I fear failure. What's the second question again?
Boom Zege Zege.
Sorry, I'm trying to answer you, but I'm choking. Sorry?
Okay, it's time for the news at 9. Ladies and gentlemen, DJ Cleo is about to leave the building. I love you, my guy. I've watched you grow, become the man you are, and we'll continue supporting you, man.
Most def.
Whatever you're doing, I will support it. Just keep doing it.
Mama made it on the show. Hey, I never thought I'd get this invite.
But I'll also call you out when you're not doing it right, though.
By all means, anytime.
Absolutely. It's time for the news at 9. Apologies, we're late. The bridge is next. Leaving you with the news. With the thought for today. What's the thought? Give us the thought quickly, Cleo.
The thought
for
the day.
Yes.
Who is Mzega Zeg?
Heaven. Okay, maybe don't.
Okay.